Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Market Analysis Sunday stream. This is where we go over futures information as well as stock market sector performance, any news that we have coming up this week, as well as earnings play, the holiday hours if we need to adjust that in there as well. For anybody that's new, welcome to the chat. We are happy to have you here. Looking like we got about 36 people in here. This will be posted on our YouTube in case you guys miss it. So if you would like to watch that afterward, you're more than welcome to have that. This is not a technical analysis stream. If you'd like technical analysis, make sure to join our Monday, Wednesday, Friday streams in the Discord where I will be giving out technical analysis on any stocks you would like. This will be uploaded to YouTube, like I said, so keep that in mind as well. We're going to start off here with our S&P 500 Futures Index. We are currently down about 0.5%, which makes sense from the close that we had last week. The close that we had last week, we double bottomed right around an hour, 45 minutes, hour and a half before market closed, as we see here. We rallied into close pretty heavily. Now we opened up lower. It makes sense why we're coming back down. We're coming back down to our median VWAP here that we saw before. This is just a transfer over. Once everything settles out, we should see this continue to hold, hopefully this 393 area. As of now, we're looking good into a bullish uptrend. For now, we need to beware that this can continue to dip. I'm looking for it to take support anywhere between 394 and 3933. If we can take support here where old resistance was, that's where we're going to be looking at this for the time being into the future. So that is great to see. Volume here was amazing last week, especially into close. It's just a normal retracement back. I'm not too worried about it. Same with the NQ. NQ somewhat double bottomed. It's not as pretty of a double bottom, but as soon as we rebounded, went over our VWAPs as well as had those Bollinger Bands get a little bit tighter here at the bottom, we see that this breakout on amazing volume came up into close. Now we're just retracing back down into this area of support, which makes sense. Once we break out over this red line going up, we will start to push that. Hopefully NQ can push that $13,000 level this week. I don't know if we'll be able to. That's a strong goal to hit, but overall I do think that we can, especially if we decide to push up. Now the main thing to remember here is we do have a short week since it is Good Friday on this coming Friday, so keep that in mind. We're going to go over our stock market sector performance here. I normally do that in these videos just to be able to give you an overview of what I'm looking at. As we see, we did have this, we're in this nice uptrend still. People are worried about these little dips that we're having. These little dips are necessary for that push upward. We are a bit extended if we look at longer time frames, but we're not going to get into that right now. This is the S&P 500. This is the NASDAQ. NASDAQ dipped a little bit more than the S&P did on these last dips, so we're looking at a better recovery going forward. It is looking a little bit more bearish, though, if we're playing it off of chart patterns, but we can't really truly play it off of chart patterns until we see the overall market move up in this week. So last week we're going to go over what went up, what went down, our main movers and our main losers. So our main mover that we see that moved up the most was going to be energy. Energy equipment as well as oil, gas, and consumable fuels. We're looking for a continuation this week. Do I think they will be able to sustain another 3% increase? Probably not, but they carried us into Friday, so this is what we like to see. Remember, this is a continuation from last week. This isn't just a compilation of everything that happened Monday through Friday. This is the Friday information that we get, but it's good to see all of these green. Hopefully we see that continuation, like I said. Next up, we did have energy. That was our best mover. Next, we had IT. As we see here, energy and IT are pushing us forward. Communication equipment at 4.1%, as well as semiconductor and semiconductor equipment at 4.46%. Areas of continuation to watch this week are going to be both of these. An area that I'd like to see pick up is going to be technology hardware, storage, and peripherals. I think if we get a good boost in this, we can really see this IT industry boom. Until then, we are relying on comm equipment, semiconductors, and then we're also relying on electronic equipment, instruments, and components. This is not a big area to trade. I'm not going to dive too far into that, but this is not an area that we look too close into, but that's a nice way to bring us up in this market. Next up that carried us is going to be materials such as chemicals, construction. Construction's always up, guys. I mean, this one, if we go take a look at construction materials, I think I hit on this every week. Construction has been on an absolute tear. I go to my local lumber yard, and materials are skyrocketed compared to what the S&P 500 index is. Once this comes back down and we start to approach those normal areas, we will more than likely play the bearish side of things. So keep this in mind. Right now, our best bets here are going to be Lowe's and Home Depot for that retail side of it. Watch those earnings play when they decide to come up for the time being. So that's what we have as far as the material side. Another area that's surprising is going to be metals and mining. So we need to keep silver, nickel, gold. Those areas there are going to be big ones to look at, which if gold and silver go up, that means the overall market's going to maybe pull back a bit, but we need to just keep that in mind going forward. I'm not too bearish on this, but that's a nice way to uphold materials going into this week. We're not going to look at real estate. Real estate really isn't that big of an area for us yet until inflation rates as well as interest rates go back to normal. I don't know if we're going to have that normalcy for a little bit, but we will see. Healthcare remained at about 2%. Industrials remained at about 1.75. Not too crazy here on a Friday. I do want to see companies like Teladoc Health really get into that, but that's more of the healthcare mixed with communication services. And as we see, comm services went down on Friday. The main one was media communication services, so such as like Snapchat, Twitter, Pinterest. Those ones here got beat down Friday. So let's see what that does going into this week. We might be able to see that rebound. This is what I'm looking for, is a rebound play, not so much as a continuation to the downside. We could see it drop down to that 7% area, so another 1.74% on the downside. That's not too bad, but moving forward, I'd like to see this rebound up and get those media services back in. If we look at this compared to the S&P, we are under the S&P compared to what we were. This is a relatively new area that they are studying. We were climbing up, we tanked. This looks like a normal, healthy setback. Could be forming a new wave going forward. So we could see a spike here. That's what I'd like to see. Maybe back up to that 40% level. So overall, that's what I'm looking for the media services. Now time to look at the news features that we have this week. Our news features are going to be from Monday until Friday. So this is going to be a big one. Friday isn't going to mean anything because we have an early day due to the market being closed for Good Friday. Monday we don't have really anything big going on. Monday shouldn't be focus too big on overall market news. Our consumer confidence is big on Tuesday, but this doesn't really have much of an overall market pull. It does say that it has a market moving indicator on it, but this is what I would consider the lowest market moving. Same way with the EIA petroleum status report. This is a weekly thing. The main one that we need to watch for is going to be into Thursday, Friday having an off day. The jobless claims as well as the ISM manufacturing index, these are going to be big ones, as well as the construction spending, natural gas report, and the federal balance sheet. These are all big ones. This one happens after hours, the federal balance sheet, so we don't have to worry too much about that. Jobless claims for intraday trading, this can make or break the week. If we get poor reports here, we will wait for that area to settle out, probably play the bearish puts for options on the downside, or if you're looking to short regular stocks, that would probably be the best day to do it. Look for what industries are getting beat down, especially with jobless claims. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully we see the positive side of things, get this pushed back up. I'd like to see SPY end the week around that 4,000 level. Do I think we can hit that realistically? I do realistically think we can hit that with good volume. However, it's going to take a lot of pushing, as well as those big institutions finally getting back into those FANG stocks. The main ones that have taken off right now are going to be Facebook. But other than that, Apple, Amazon, Nvidia, and Google have really been holding back. I'd like to see Google pick up. I did see some good flow data on it for this last week, so that's what I'm looking forward to. Nvidia earnings are coming up on the 12th, so that could boost us up as well. Apple's been a lagger, so let's see how all that plays. This is the news that we have for this week. Now we're going to go into our most notable earnings here. Oh, I clicked out of our earnings. Let's go here. Twitter earnings. We're just going to go here to Earnings Whispers. If you guys don't know, this is a great site. Big shout out to Earning Whispers. These are our most anticipated earnings this week. Before open on Monday, we don't really have anything too big. Same with after close. These are some big ones here, such as Biosup. What else do we see? Biosup and Life MD are probably the two big ones. These are going to be penny stock plays. This is going to be BioC here for anyone that wants to play after close. Could get some good volume intraday before that. So that's something to watch. Tuesday, BioNTech is going to be a big one. McCormick is going to be a big one. Those are going to be the two big ones before market open. McCormick doesn't really get too much volume, but that could still boost or sink it. BioNTech is going to be a big one before open. Look for that Monday continuation. After close, BlackBerry, so watch for those. those sympathy plays with AMC, GME, Nokia, those big ones. Chewy is going to be big after close. I'm probably going to look to scalp Monday, maybe even to Tuesday morning. Lululemon, the same thing here, big one here. IZEA, this is a penny stock that gets good volume, especially before earnings. They're setting up on a great bullish scale on things. So let's look for that to continue. Hopefully they get good earnings as well. Wednesday, I'm not really seeing anything much for pre-market. However, after close, MU with Micron Technologies, XpresSpa, XSPA, those are going to be two big ones for me that I believe can really push. Micron is a large cap, XpresSpa is a small cap. The next one's going to be Remark Holdings. This was big last year, especially with the AI technology that they were using for like temperature scans. Didn't really make too much out of it, but that's still a good penny stock to play. And then Thursday, don't really have anything. I'm not even going to worry about Thursday. Thursday's probably going to be for Tesla scalps and SPY scalps, as that's going to be the last day to trade those. So we will be looking at that. A question from one of our chat members that I really do want to hit on. How long do I think it will take for the media to recover? Media is a very tricky industry. I will get off of this here. Media is a very tricky industry. We'll go back to this right here. It isn't the fact that I think it will take it a long time to recover. I think it's a necessary pullback for that to go back up again. So that necessary pullback is looking like we need to have that retracement on the fib levels. Probably that 61.8% tracement. Might even hit that 75% from highs back to that breakout point. A little bit of a consolidation phase. I'm looking at mid-April to end of April for media to pick up, tech to pick up, and to carry us. April is one of the best months on record, if you guys did not know that, for trading. So be ready. Don't overplay your positions, and we'll move on. Next up, we have market news. I'd like to go over the top 10 headlines that I see right here. We're just going to refresh this. So, Arcos Capital was forced to sell more than $20 billion in stocks on Friday. Not really a big one for me. The Catalyst Watch, this is a great area to go to on Seeking Alpha if you guys would like to do that. You don't need an account to do this. The Catalyst Watch here is great, as we can look at the volatility all week and all day. So the volatility stocks that we're going to be looking at are going to be WIMI, as well as FinTech and Tiger, Fang, Trit, CWH, and PRTS. I don't really trade these ones. However, TIGR and WIMI are going to be big ones. On my watch list, which was released in the Apex Zone area, if you guys subscribe for VIP or MVP, you guys get access to that. Notable conferences running this week are going to be JP Morgan's Napa Valley Forum, as well as Bank of America Annual Global Automotive Summit. These are going to be two big ones. That's why they are on my watch list this week. I hope to be playing those, scalping those intraday. Over the counters are going to be interesting. I don't really play those. Tuesday, CSCO has a live event. Nordstrom Corporation has an investor day. This can usually get investor days, we saw with Snapchat as well as Twitter, really boost those stock prices. So keep those in mind. The webinar covering electric vehicle space, where we will be able to discuss the outlook for the EV industry, such as Tesla, NIO, Fisker, XPEV. It's going to be big on Tuesday morning. So this is why Tesla and NIO are both on my list this week. Next up, we have, we're going to go to Wednesday all day. We're going to have a few, but nothing really too big. BioNTech presents at the JP Morgan. That's why that's a big earnings report. Investors will be looking for more color on the COVID-19 revenue expectations. This can make or break. XPEV has news. Micron has that play. XpresSpa. So keep those in mind. Thursday, Tesla and NIO with issues delivery reports sometime in the first few days of this month. Keep this in mind. Tesla and NIO are going to be on watch for this week. So keep this in mind as we go into this. If delivery expectations do not meet for the first quarter of 2021, we could see Tesla and NIO both shoot down. Tesla could dip under that 600 level, so we will take shorts if we need to do that. Friday, U.S. stock markets closed. Don't need to worry about that. You guys need to enjoy your day on Friday. We're going to finish this up with our economic calendar, not even economic, sorry, our holiday markets. As we see here, Good Friday, April 2nd, 2021. Markets are closed. The next one will be Memorial Day on the 31st, so we got a while between now and then. Usually the beginning of the year we have these 3 days, technically 4 or 5, especially with this last year coming into this year we had those off days. So we will take all of that into consideration and move along with that. So going back to our futures are pretty red right now, not gonna lie. We're hoping for a bounce here. We're looking for a bounce here, and if not, we're looking for a bounce at 393 for support. Same with the NASDAQ. We didn't get a bounce here, so we're looking at support being right about where we're at now. If we can get a bounce here and push back over, that is what we would like to see. Maybe get a V-shaped recovery, inverted head and shoulders to move it on up. So I look forward to seeing all of you in the Discord this week. We will be live Tuesday and Thursday streaming options. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we will be doing live lessons. So this will be posted on our YouTube and in the Stock VIP TV tab here in the next hour. See you all later.